Hey Kenny, sorry that it took so long. I've been wanting to send you this since Easter. I just haven't had the time to even sit down and type it out. I was actually going to type this whole story out and I decided it would just be easier in a video. I just wanted to let you know that you touched my heart so much on Easter Sunday. I felt like I was the only one that had one of these God experiences where I was praying and I was just continually hitting a wall. It was one of the um, most rough times in my life where this past semester when someone that I thought was the love of my life, we had broken up and I was trying to keep my family happy in the process, and trying to keep my grades at an appropriate spot and just all these different things. And growing up, my family has always said, how do we eat an elephant? And they say one bite at a time. And that's the weirdest saying. I understand that, but it's just like always been ours, like just one step at a time, that's what it kind of means. Um, but I just wanted to share my story with you because I just wanted to let you know that it blessed me so much. So I spent weeks praying. I'm like, God, if you're there, why are you not answering me? I feel like I've been a pretty decent Christian. I do as much as I possibly can. Um, and I feel like you're not answering any of my prayers. And I prayed for weeks. I mean, weeks. And I was just like, please give me some kind of peace. Give me some kind of sign. Um, and it was during finals week, and I was already just stressed to the max. So on top of that, I had finals, which was crazy. I'm sure you understand that. So uh, I was on the phone with my dad, and my dad is not. He's a great motivator and stuff, but he's not really lovey dovey. So he was like, well, just remember, how do we eat this elephant one bite at a time? So I walk in the mall, and I'm kind of frustrated because I'm like, not only do my parents not understand, I feel like God doesn't understand, and I'm standing in the line getting a huge cookie at the cookie Mrs. Fields shop or whatever because when I'm stressed, I'm a stress eater, and I'm standing there, and this woman, she walks up to me. She has I could tell that she has like ditched her walker, and she's walking over to me, and she grabs my hand, and the lady that was standing behind the counter giving me my cookie and had taken my change, had told me, I'm so sorry for what's about to happen. And I was, at that point, then I'm like alert. But my parents have always taught me to talk to everyone and be kind to everyone, no matter who it is. So as this woman walks up to me, she grabs my hands and she says, I just want to let you know that God sent me up to you to tell you that you are absolutely beautiful and that Jesus loves you. And at first it didn't really register. I was kind of like, yeah, well, she could have just said that out of nowhere. That's pretty a bland statement. So I was like, well, thank you so much, miss. And she's like, no, listen, she says, I just want to let you know that um, I have been through so much, and I feel like God has led me to you. And I sat there and I started, this woman that I barely know, she's holding my hands. I'm standing there, waiting, was supposed to be just getting a cookie, and she takes my right hand and she places it on her head, and there's a huge hole in her head, okay? And she says, she's like, I want you to feel this because they told me that I would never walk again, but I'm walking. They told me I would never raise my hands above my head, and she took my hands and raised them above her head, and she says, I am. And she says, they told me that I would be taking 23 medications, and I do not take one today. And she's like, I used to not, I could not draw when I first had all these surgeries, and they told me I would never draw again, and I still am able to paint and draw. And she said, I prayed to God every night, not about my complications, but for the blessings of others. And, you know, at this point, it's really hitting me, and she's like, and Taylor, I know, no, she didn't say my name, but she was like, and I know that you were struggling with sleep, which I have insomnia as it is, but I was getting maybe 2 hours of sleep a night, which, didn't help my case. But, she was like, and I know that you're struggling with sleep at night, but God just wants you to know when you lay down, you need to be thinking of him and saying Jesus, 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 instead of thinking about what is going on in your life. And at this point, she's gotten my attention. I was like, wow, this is amazing. God has sent me someone. First, this is the first sign I've had. So when she did this, it just blew me away. Um, so anyway, she's like, trust me, I have something for you. I will be right back. So she hands me a piece of paper and it's folded. And she's like, you don't have to look at it now, but I just wanted, God told me to give this to you. And, at this point, I'm like, wow, this is amazing, and so she gives me a folder. She has it in a folder, so she hands it to me. She puts it in a folder, and she's like, I need something to protect it. And mind you, she's old, so I understand. But so the cookie people gave me Mrs. Fields little stickers to put around it. I kind of forgot about it for a little while, and I left her, and I was like, God bless you. You are such an amazing woman, and I hope I will see you again. And she's like, okay, okay. She's like, God bless you, and I love you, and she walks away. Um, I go to my car and I'm talking to my mom and I'm like, you know what? Like this has been such a blessing in my life and just, God is so amazing, and I have been ignoring all the signs and so then after I get off the phone with my mom, I open the folder. And so when I open the folder, it happens to be little tiny animation drawings of elephants. Um, so this the quote that I've always heard my entire life, how do we eat an elephant one bite at a time, had just become even more real to me. And it just, I know it's funny because it's an elephant, but God really showed me that he is still there and that he's got what he has planned and for my life in order, and I just need to calm down and trust in him. So I hope you enjoyed my story. I just wanted to let you know that you're not alone and that it was such a blessing to hear your story. So it made me feel like I wasn't alone. So thank you.